Let's start a recording. Okay, this one's called OBS. I'm not I can remember what that stands for. I think Online Broadcasting Service. It's actually freeware. It works pretty well. Right now, I've got it set up such that it's recording what's on the screen. I think it's also recording this as well. So I need to minimize that. But as you can see, it's picking up my voice at the moment. I might even just not have the minutes included on here, so maybe I'll put that aside and I'll screw that down. But that's gone for the moment. And the other piece of software I've got, this is just a built-in application that came with my camera here. So I've got a document camera, as you can see here. That's my hand. I've got that autofocused, and I use this. I've been using this pretty much most of my career from time to time, particularly when it came out of something. I can't remember why I got it in the first place, but I actually injured my neck at one point, and I couldn't actually turn around. So there was a point where I couldn't do board work because it was just too painful. So what I did was I had my year 12s, I think it was a half a dozen of them. Instead of writing on the whiteboard, because even just shaking my arms like that, just moving, was extremely painful. So I was basically writing out like this. So I'll have it on the screen, I'll write it out, I'll let them copy down whatever I was doing, and if they got questions, I'll just do it from here. And I could actually sit at the desk and teach, watch them, and do that. So that was actually a different way of teaching. But what I can show you now, and I might even just keep this video because I wrote this out in presumption we're doing this, we're going to go through the derivation of the quadratic formula. So the other reason I find this particularly useful is in mathematics. It saves you a lot of time trying to write out this using Word of some sort. So if I want to do something like this, I can actually go and write it out. All right, so let's just go work out quadratic. Okay.
And I just thought obvious one button sphere is available on the Mac as well.
Yeah, it's you can use it to also do streaming. So the kids will actually see the icon and say, "Oh, Mr. Padman, do you do recordings for Twitch or video gaming or some such?" And it's no, actually, I just pretty much use this exclusively for work. I don't have the time to kind of play games and record videos and impress people that way. So they're kind of interested in that, but other than that, it's right. So I'm actually using the, as far as the mathematics I'm doing here, I'm just going to use the completing the square method. I haven't done this in years, so make sure I do this right. Okay, 2ax equals minus ca. All right. Now, okay, so I've got my written up here. So 2q, so I needed that. That's going to be, I'm going to have to add b over 2a squared and plus b over 2a squared. And you can see I can continue this. If you guys get bored of me just doing derivations, we can move on. But all the same, I think I'm doing this right. So I'll get this. I do 2 b over 2a. Okay.
And you can set the resolution order, I think.
Yeah, you can actually, well, and here, so this doesn't actually take up, this is a square screen. You can get other projectors. I imagine that can get other resolutions, but this one's a kind of a, actually, I think the aspect resolution on this is 4:3. Like, yeah, it actually works pretty well on projectors. Although, actually, no, this projector actually just fits to my screen more or less. It cuts off a little bit. Yeah.
Do you need to crop? Do you need I mean, if you do a 10-minute video,
okay, it just records. It records into a file called I think it's I can show you the folder actually. So the one I did today, which okay, not that. That's not what I want. No.
this is still recording.
Yes, it's actually still recording. I think I actually can bring it up. So show recordings. Actually, it'll take me a second. Yeah, it's in my videos folder. There we are. So this is the one. This would be the This is the one that might actually be in development now. This is the one that's recording now. Yeah, and that one's about 25 minutes long, and I will cut it down eventually. That's the one I did. I invited Crystal in to see a presentation I was doing, which a lot of it was actually based off Google Sheets. Oops. And that one's about yeah. Well, I mean, as far as space, we've got, if we put it onto Google Classrooms, we're not worried about space, are we? But what I'm worried about is things like errors and also the time it takes. So it's not going to be as they've got a skill there. It took me 25 minutes to go through it. I need to cut that back, cut out my ums, cut out my mistakes, and all that other stuff. And if I actually use the one I'm making now, I'd obviously do a lot of editing because I'm going back and forth, actually doing a PD while also doing problem solving. But in this case, what am I doing? I've done this right. I should actually have the quadratic formula. Okay, so I'm going to move this up. Actually, that's b squared, and that's 4a squared minus ca. Okay, need to write that into a common factor. So let's bring that across. Minus b over 2a, plus or minus b squared over 4a squared times the top and bottom of that by 4. So that's how you get your minus 4ac over 4a squared. Take that out. Minus b over 2a. Let's take that out of my fraction. So then that becomes b squared over, minus 4ac over 2a. And finally, minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, there we go. So now I've got that. I can cut that down. I would probably do that again with a bit more practice. But you see, I did that while I was doing something else. I don't do this very often, to be honest, because I end up with kids hiding in the cupboards, which is what happened. Yeah, so hopefully Crystal didn't catch that part. The kids hiding in the cupboards. So I'm not sure when they're hiding in the cupboards, but the point is I wasn't fully paying attention to what was going on that lesson, and kids were hiding in cupboards.
Well,
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Yeah. I might just set it there. Right, that's that.